Welcome everybody to History International Film Festival Austria, this year's edition of 2024. We are here with the creator of Parsons. His name is Dick DeAngelis, and he's with us here telling us a little bit about his film, his production, and who he is. Dick, if you wouldn't mind, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and, of course, what your film Parsons is about?
Well, thank you for having me. And first, we're honored to be a part of this festival. Our film is actually part of a series of films that I'm doing about this small town that I live in, Fairfield, Iowa, in the Midwest of the United States. It's I decided when I was 60 to do this film about these films about the history of this place, and soon it turned into an idea that I would do 8 films. 8 feature-length films. And I didn't know a whole lot about putting films together, but I had an experience and I had very talented people that were taking time with me. And I figured I was 60 at the time, I would try something new. So it was a big undertaking, and this is the 6th film in that, called Parsons. And it's about a college that was here and went out of business in 1973. And it was here for 98 years. And the people who are in this town now there's still a group of them that remember this college very fondly. A very innovative college, but also it had a reputation for being a party school. So it was very interesting to take a deep look at it. I work with over 100 volunteers that do about a group of 10 people that do just the research on the history with me. And we get to meet the people. Some of the people we interviewed in that film were well over 100 years old and attended college in 1930s. So they had a different view of the college. It wasn't a party college at that time. It was connected to the Presbyterian Church and very conservative. It changed as it tried to stay relevant, especially through the 50s and 60s. And the story of Parsons, the school that changed the rules, turned out to be a fascinating one. And it was kind of like doing a film about the life of a person. Mm-hmm. My mother passed away when she was 99 last year. A good life, nothing to be upset about other than that you miss her, right? But a good, complete life. What I wanted these people to know is that although this school, when it hit the 1950s, it brought in a new president with crazy ideas, good ideas, some of them, but really wild. And they grew from 300 students to over 5,000 students in 10 years. That is a huge upheaval in a small town to accommodate those people and so and then after doing that, within 5 years, it was out of business. So it was a boom and a crash. And we tried to really give people that feeling of the whole lifetime, from when it started to all the way through till its demise. Yeah. And we showed the film locally here in front of sold out crowds of over 500 people each showing for the weekend. And people were really moved. There were people crying and so, because this is local history. And I'm all about local history. I think people need to understand better where they live and what you can apply that history of where you live to your current day activities and your life. And what it's done in these films, these 6 films, and this one in particular, it's brought people together in a very unique way. By the way, I said it was the 6th. It's the 5th film.
Yeah, we've seen it.
1, 2, 3, 5, and then you can see
Mm.
I have them right there, and yet I said it was the 6th. I'm working on the 6th now.
Okay.
Unlike many filmmakers, I don't take time off and promote my film. I'm busy doing the next film because I'm getting older and I want to complete all 8 and share them with people. I figured then there's time for all this. But this is getting a lot of Parsons is getting a lot of response from all over. I'm happy because you focus on history, and so you understand more what I'm doing than most. Some people put me in these film festivals, and then I'm going against the zombie movies and all that, and nothing wrong with zombies, but is very current, very popular, and so on. This is a movie that has a very particular kind of slant, and that is I want to do it in an entertaining way, an interesting way, but I want to really inform people on what this place really was about and how many changes it went through in its lifetime. If you think of my mother, God bless her, her life when she was an older woman and dying is so different than when she had 5 children. It's so different than when before that, when she met my father and he was in World War II and so on. It's such an interesting life with many different, very different kind of chapters.
Yeah.
So we try to share that with people. It's a long answer. Did it help at all?
That was a fantastic answer, Dick. Thank you very much. Yeah. Your personal connection is pretty strong with your topic and your films in general. We can see that you're extremely enthusiastic about it, and we love that. We hope that you can endure doing 8 films in such a length and in such a detail. That's great. You're working a lot with interviews and very personally with the people on board. How do you approach them? How do you get the people suitable for your next film? And how do you say, okay, this one is not the one that will make it into the movie?
I never know until I do an interview. So I think in my mind, generally, I do about 30 interviews for each film. Sometimes it goes to 40 and sometimes it's just 25, but they're each about 45 minutes to an hour. Each of these interviews will eventually go to our library archives in their entirety for people to be able to look. Like in the film called Heroes of Fairfield, I interviewed people who were in World War II. There were 4 of them, and they're all gone now, just in 5 years.
Yep.
But we got their story, and we got them to tell it. And it was an honor to meet those people and hear what they actually were about. Not what you think now in today's world war was about in 1940s, but rather what they actually experienced. One person was a Vietnam vet, and he had one leg that was gone, and I thought it was blown up in a big battle. It was friendly fire. I never knew that. Yeah. And he shared that, and there wasn't a dry eye in the theater when that part of the interview came. You never know until you hear them. And I am known for being loud and I have an Italian background. I'm expressive like that. But when I do my interviews, I just listen. I ask them a little. I tell them they can do it again if they don't like it, so they can relax and be easy. We're just having a good time together and talking. And sometimes if I feel they don't want to talk, I'll talk for a few minutes just to get it warmed up. And then they go, oh, yes, yes. And then they're off to the races. So interviewing I found over time is a very interesting art. Yeah. And I'm getting a little better. I always tell my crew, we don't have to be good at this, but we have to be getting better every film. So if we started out, maybe we had areas. Now we look back and go, oh, we could have done that better. But but we're getting better every film. And this film, one of the things that we got better in is music, I think. We've been recognized for our original soundtrack, where we have some things in the music that are almost copying the sounds of the 60s and 50s, but are totally original songs that were done by people in our studio. There's millions of stories I could tell you about the musicians, because they're a crazy bunch. But we had so much fun with them, and I had an idea of what I wanted, and we just played back and forth, and we have a very talented group of musicians in this town. So I invite people, when they see the film, give a listen to the music, because it's really pretty extraordinary. I'm so proud of it and the work we did in that regard, because it adds so much to the power and intensity of some of the parts of the film.
Mm-hmm. How did you get to know all the members of your crew?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're like a family. Mm-hmm. So my crew, everything is local, unless there's an interview that needs to be done in California, and we don't have the budget to go, but we have the budget to pay someone. But even then, I put the person through a little torture to tell them all about what we do and so on, so that they feel like they're a part of the family. That we have a purpose in this film. It's not to make money. We're a nonprofit. It's not to be recognized by the Academy and get on the red carpet, because I couldn't fit on the red carpet. I am here just to bring this knowledge to the people of our community, and to others, hopefully, that might find it very relevant to their lives. The other thing we like to do is we have a lot of communities that once they see what we're doing, then they want to do something like that in their community.
Yeah.
So they call us and want to know about it. And I tell them that I do not do consultations with them unless they live in Hawaii.
Okay.
for a personal consultation.
I will meet with anyone and help them with the thinking, but each community is different with their talents and their abilities. I have one person that's doing it in another town in Iowa, but it's very, very low budget. Our films cost $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 to just get to pay the key people. A lot of people are volunteering, but there are key people, our editors and so on.
Yep.
You have to pay them. And this is an hour and 15-minute film or something. It takes a lot of work. Our sound persons, etc. Having said that, then I raise all that money. Like right now, I'm raising money for our next film from throughout the community. I send out things. I make personal notes to people. I tell them what's going on. So it's a real community project.
Yeah, cool. That's extremely great. Doing film shouldn't be just about one person bringing his idea to the people, but bringing people together, creating an idea and creating.
It can be just one person who has an extraordinary idea. That's just not what I'm doing. Maybe I had the idea of what to do here, and I'm very good at doing mechanics of how to put something like this together. And I love people, so we did a film on agriculture. I didn't know almost anything about farmers and I did the whole history of agriculture from Native American all the way through to current day. And the farmers had seen my other films, and so when I kind of bothered them, they said, "Oh, come on, Dick, yeah, we'll show you everything. My wife and I saw your films and we love them, And that was very encouraging and delightful that I got to meet them and really understand something that was so crucial to this area. And I didn't know almost anything. I was totally oblivious to. Like, here's a thing for you. How many pieces of corn are in one corn stalk? What do you think? Just a guess.
500.
In one stalk. I thought maybe there were 6.
Do you mean a cone of corn?
So yeah, how many kernels? How many ears of corn?
Oh, okay.
Right, are in one stalk?
3.
3. What do you think?
Let's say at least 4.
Right. I was thinking same thing. I was thinking 5 or 6. There's 1.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now that's crazy, isn't it? And I asked, he says sometimes the farmer says there'll be 2, but it's not a good one. Usually only 1 corn per. And I said, no, I saw this in a movie once. There were lots of ears. He says, yeah, that's just for the movies. So when you find out like simple things like that and you go, wow. And we have people come to our films, they're writing notes because they want to, or they come again and again to understand what because there's a lot of information, but we just try to do it in an entertaining way.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
it's fantastic what you're doing. We really love it. Please keep on doing your films, and if it suits you, maybe submitting more to our next festivals. We'd be really pleased to see you again. Thank you very much for the interview. Is there something more? One more thing, just so a little hint. The next film is about the college that came after this Parsons went under. And it's called, the college is called Maharishi International University. It does transcendental meditation and all that. And the movie is going to be called When Maharishi Came to Town. Okay. So a very conservative town, etc. And then a Maharishi with the white robes and everything comes. And the university has been here for now 50 years. So it's and we're going to tell the story of just when it came, those first few years, and what this town did to adapt to something so out of the norm. Should be fun.
Is there maybe a chance to watch your other films as well for our interested audience?
Yes. So if people want to go to www.fairfieldhistoryseries.com, they can see all of our films. They can order a DVD, or they can stream it on. It's like $3 or something to stream online. They can see all of our trailers for free and learn a little more about our program. So www.fairfieldhistoryseries.com.
Great.
Cool. Good to know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this wonderful festival, and congratulations.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.